Most of us would have heard of Movember. It's a time of the year when men grow out their moustaches, but not everyone takes it that seriously because they don't really realize that there's a much deeper message behind it. So Movember is actually a platform to get men to talk about and to raise awareness about men's health issues, especially prostate cancer. It started 10 years ago in Australia and it's since become a global movement. It raises funds into research into prostate cancer, and this is the second year that Singapore is taking part. So to tell us more are Lincoln Tan and Greg Rafferty, who've grown out their moustaches this November. So guys, well done. It looks really good.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
So Greg, tell us more about Movember. You've been with the organization for about 4 years now. Can a moustache really change the face of men's health?
Yeah, we like to think so. This is my 5th Movember moustache, and Movember started in Australia in 2003 with 30 people, and 10 years later there's been over 4 million people register and participate and grow a moustache and raise funds and awareness for important men's health issues.
So Dr. Tan, or Lincoln, sorry, how did you get to know about this? And this isn't your first year taking part, it's your second year, right?
Yes, I actually heard about it in Australia last year while I was pursuing my fellowship in prostate cancer. And I was amazed how the simple act of growing a moustache could generate so much public awareness about the disease and the positive feelings amongst patients and the public, seeing how medical staff were also actively participating in it. So I was inspired to grow a mole once I came back to Singapore.
So Greg, would you say the mole is kind of like the pink ribbon symbol for breast cancer awareness?
Exactly. We talk about the moustache as being a furry billboard. So effectively guys become walking, talking billboards for the month. So you go into a meeting or you meet up with some friends that you haven't seen for a while, and if you go in looking like this, the first question they say to you is, why the moustache?
Okay, so Lincoln, when you grew the moustache, did people start asking you what's going on?
Most of the time they laughed. Most of the reactions were, what's that? You 3 weeks and you just grew just a little bit here. Yeah, but generally people have been very supportive. After the laughter has passed, they actually get on board and they listen to the message behind the campaign.
And this is also to raise more awareness about men's health issues, get men talking about it, but also more awareness about prostate cancer. So perhaps tell us a bit more about it in Singapore.
Well, prostate cancer is the third most common cancer in Singapore. More than 650 men a year will get diagnosed with it. And the incidence increased fivefold over the last 40 years.
Wow.
So unfortunately, more than 20% of men are still diagnosed very late in an incurable state. And we hope that through Movember and with the work done by the Singapore Cancer Society to raise public awareness about this, more men will have a conversation with their doctors about early diagnosis of prostate cancer, and hopefully we can reduce the rates of mortality.
So Greg, worldwide, so far, over $100 million has been raised by the Movember Foundation.
Absolutely, and that's just this year. So we operate in 21 different countries around the world, and this is our second year here in Singapore, so we're so excited to be able to bring this movement to Singapore and help men in Singapore and their families who are suffering from prostate cancer.
All right, so one last question for you guys. Tomorrow's the last day, right? So is it going to stay or is it going to go?
People are paying me to take it off, but it will make a comeback next year.
So the money will go to a good cause.
Yes.
Yeah, I think I'll take mine off at some point next week.
All right, thank you very much, guys. Pleasure speaking to you.
Thank you.
And that was Greg, and Lincoln. Tell us more about Movember.